Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. This time it's once again a builder battles video. This means it is a clan versus another clan, and it is Wrecking Crew 2 versus Perplex. I think Perplex is kind of known to the most of you guys, while Wrecking Crew is a team of like different players from different clans. And we would just jump into the first battle to see which players will face off and what bases and what strategies they would choose to go with. Okay, here we are in the first battle, Fabian K versus You're in Trouble, and both are really well-known players. In this one, Fabian has a lot of walls already on level 7, most of them on level 6, and the defenses are all maxed, and the base design is pretty uncommon, so yeah, let's see whether it will hold against You're in Trouble. Like I already said, You're in Trouble really often in the top 10. Fabian is really good pusher as well. And let's see what he will bring onto this base. It seems like he will go with the giants. That's interesting. Most likely to distract the giant cannon, since the giants are like really good against that. He will use the cannon cards on this side. I actually don't like placing the cannon cards on one tile, since it's kind of often that you like just on this side you did not trigger the push trap, for example, and you will lose them. So that's always, you want to like a little bit spread them so it won't trigger like one trap with 2 cards. And in this one, giants are still alive, but it seems like there are no troops left to get the town hall, since this double cannon should, yep, it will take out the cannon, which in the end means there is no troop left who could take out the town hall or the builder hall, which means there's a pretty big advantage for Fabian right now. Let's see whether he will get the 2-star. Just a reminder, they don't know, except they are on voice chat or anything, what the enemy would take. So let's see whether he will go for like 1-star and high percentage, or maybe for the just safe 2-star and at least 50% and safe win. Let's jump into it. Okay, second battle of the first fight from You're in Trouble and Fabian. This one, Fabian has to get at least a 2-star, which means he would win. In this one, he's going with the dropship minion and taking 3 camps of minions, 2 camps of dropships, and let's see whether it will work. He's placing all of the minions just in the beginning, which is, yeah, sometimes kind of risky if you have like outside traps. He's placing all of the loons immediately, so nothing delayed or anything over there. Some of the loons will climb up on the enemy CC troops, like the guard post troops, which are running around. But it's looking really good so far. His one loon is still really like with a lot of HP left. Roaster is going down before the loon is going down, which means this base should be totally wrecked. 50% is already on the board, which means this should be a really solid win for Fabian. He will send in just the battle machine for the builder hall and just wait a little bit longer with the minions cleaning up some stuff. And as soon as that's done, he will send in the hero. I will speed that up a little bit while the hero is smashing through the wall, trading 1 minion against an army camp, which is always really nice. Maybe he's getting like this building as well with that 1 minion. Let's see what he's going for. Okay, he's going for the elixir collector, which is kind of risky, since okay, it's not that risky since it's not enough damage on the battle machine to get him low fast enough. So really solid attack, 79%, which means the first out of 3 fights goes to Fabian. Let's see whether he will take another one to take the overall victory. And yeah, jump into the second battle. This time we'll jump into Fabian's attack first, and it's another really uncommon base. At least I did not saw it at the upper leaderboard. And yeah, it looks like a really big compartment just with all of the defenses in. That's always tough as soon as the defense is maxed, because that's a lot of damage which is coming to the troops. He's trying to clear out the enemy guard post troops, or not. I would go for that, try to like clear out the guard post troops, because in this one the guard post troops would be facing his own troops as soon as they would go for the crusher, which means they would be super annoying. So let's see whether he can deal with that. Coming in with the bombers, losing a lot of bombers really early. Only have 2 bombers alive right now, which is, yeah, even though they're normally just taking out walls, they're really like nice to have against these buildings when they're all close to each other, because like one hit on the crusher would mean damage to the roaster, which would mean damage to the mortar, and would mean damage to the double cannon, which is already dead. So they're super high value on these bases, which are really close together. And like I already said, the guard post just destroys this attack. Too many troops getting lured into the base, which means they cannot clear the crusher out of the way. And in the end means 53%. We will jump in the attack from You're in Trouble, and this time he only has to get the 50% 2-star. Let's see whether he will get that. Okay, after only getting 1 start by You're in Trouble in the first one, Fabian is using the same base again, hoping that it holds once again, but yeah, it will be difficult, because if you can hit a base like 2 times in a row, it's really easy to adapt in that sense. So let's see whether he can beat that 53% 1-star. This time he's coming from the other side, saying, okay, I want to deal with the CC troops a little bit later, and maybe there are less traps. So let's see whether he will maybe took the correct choice. This time no giants. Like I already said, the last time I did not really like the value of the giants. So let's see whether the 20 more barbarians are more worth. And the hero is going in. Both cannon cards are still alive, which is really nice. And now everything is clumping up in the middle of this base. And the only thing he has to do right now, get the down hall, the builder hall, and get the victory. Still both cannon cards are alive, which in the end means this will be 2-star, and this means it's 1-1. Both guys already got a victory, and this means we will jump into the last deciding match against You're in Trouble against Fabian K. Let's see, this will be interesting. After seeing his base getting 2-starred by You're in Trouble, Fabian is changing up his base and hoping for better defense, so he hasn't to put up such a good or such a high percentage. In this case, he's using like a variation of a base which was really in the beginning of Build Horse 7 popular. So let's see whether You're in Trouble has the correct answer to that. I'm already seeing the Barbarian and the Archer and the Bomber strategy, which is normally really good against these bases, or at least for 2-stars. Most of the time it's not the best percentage, but it's really safe 2-star. So let's see what You're in Trouble is going to do. Placing all of the bombers behind the Barons, so they should stay alive. Giant Cannon is shooting with some giant balls. And let's see, he has to clear like all of the defenses, or at least all of the buildings in front of the Crusher. And as soon as that's down, he will place the archers. Waiting for the last few defenses to clear out. This one wall over here, like this one gap in the wall over here, is really important, so we can just sprinkle in some barbarians from over there, so we can distract the giant cannon. Placing some archers. The most important ones are on the Crusher, and like I already said, he's trying to distract the giant cannon from all angles, which in the end means the battle machine will stay safe. One really nice barbarian on the outside for this one building, and yeah, it's looking good. 50, 60, 1% 1-star, 2-stars so far, which means another building goes down. 66, pretty solid percentage in tournaments like this, since you won't attack like you do normally. Most of the time it's a little bit worse, I guess. So 66% 2-star, really solid. Let's see whether Fabian can get a higher percentage or has to take the defeat. Let's see. Okay, we are in the last fight for this first overall battle, like You're in Trouble versus Fabian K, to get the first match point for their teams. Just a quick reminder, each player has to battle like for their teams, like at least once or only once, which means both teams send in one player at once, and they will battle out a best of 3, which means the player with the first 2 victories will get the point for the team, and the team with the first 2 victories will get the overall win. In this one, it's staying 1 victory for You're in Trouble, 1 victory for Fabian. You're in Trouble just had a 66% 2-star and put up this base once again. I think he already used it in the first one, where Fabian got like an 80% 2-star on that. But it's like in tournaments like this, it's always really risky to do like the exact same attack again, because the defender most likely had changed up some traps. Let's see whether You're in Trouble did that. Otherwise, Fabian would take the win. Let's see. Okay. Placing the first few minions just to scout whether You're in Trouble placed some traps over there. And he actually did. Like few of the small bombs were located on that side. And yeah, it's not looking as good as last time. The most of the balloons did not fly the correct way, because they fly away from the minions, which means the roaster will take out all of the minions, and the balloon will stay alive on the giant cannon, which at the same time isn't that bad either. But yeah, he just put all of the traps onto air, which, like I already said, is, well, you should expect that if you got crushed like that on the first attack. So let's see. The issue on this one right now is if he's placing the giant the battle machine over here, like on this wall roundabout, the battle machine will go around onto this building because it's closer in that sense. If he's going to place the battle machine over here, over like something like this, it will go to these buildings and will never ever touch the builder hall. So this already means this is a only 1-star fail, which means Wrecking Crew will take the lead with 1-0, and we will have to watch the next 2 competitors which have to face off. Let's just jump into it and keep the action going. Okay, here we are in the first battle, and yeah, I don't know why Perplex is choosing to send in Trumpy next, because like you guys can see, he's like the lowest player based on the defense levels. So he has to go against the Lone Ranger, which is as well known as one of the top players in the world and kind of often in the top 10, which means he is maxed. So yeah, this isn't the fairest match on that sense, but at the same time, this is like one of the big issues with builder base when it comes down to tournaments right now, that you have not like a value of each base that you can say like, I don't know, each team has a maximum value of, I don't know, 100 or whatsoever. So one team could have like all maxed bases. On the other side, the team could like all of non-max bases, which in the end is kind of obviously not that fair. And obviously this base should be tripled by maxed offense, like with a 20 battle machine and all the maxed offense, like balloon minion will just rip that base from 12 to 9 roundabout. In the end, Trumpy, I think he got lucky. We'll just watch this attack, even though I already spoiled like the outcome, but well, it's kind of obviously. So even though Trumpy got a little bit lucky that the Lone Ranger a little bit screwed it up, I think that he chose to come with this army, even though I don't like get the reason behind that, why he's going with this. Even like losing a lot of troops in the beginning, kind of important troops with the cannons. Giants are coming in, just running into the first defense. Did not trigger any traps with the Barbarians either, so kind of surprising to me. But like the Giants, the max Giants, and the level 20 battle machine, just yeah, it's really hard to kill them with the defenses, with the level 6 defenses. And yeah, they're just running through this. I will speed it out a little bit. Like double speed, I think is okay. And yeah, in the end, 70% 2-star, which, like I already said, Trumpy is really lucky to get only 72% in my opinion. But let's see whether he somehow comes back and tries to get at least 1 point. Here we are back with the next attack, and this one it's Trumpy, and he has to take out like a similar, if not the exact same design You're in Trouble already run. So let's see what he is going with, since he has not maxed air troops. So he has to go with some ground variation and only has like the level 10 battle machine. So this will be interesting, and I think it's really interesting for a lot of you guys, since you are not maxed either. So I think like the maxed archers, the maxed barbarians, and like a level 10 battle machine is kind of like the average of the few top guys right now, if it comes down to free to play. So like I already said, this should be kind of interesting for you guys to watch how really good attackers, since Trump is one of the best at that, get onto these max bases even though they don't have fully maxed out offense. And yeah, the 1-star is already secured, 30%. And let's see how he's trying to get the rest of the percentage. 20 barbarians and 10 archers left to go with. And I will speed that a little bit up, since the archers will most likely be the next troops to be deployed. And you already see, like, you have to know how many archers you need for each defense. For example, the cannon, you need 2. For the Tesla, if your archer is getting placed really closely, you only need 1. That's really important, where a lot of guys are always using 2 archers on 1 Tesla, which you don't have to do. So yeah, archers taking out that one, coming in with some barbarians at the bottom of the base, triggering that first bomb and sending in after the other barbarians. Should get the 2-star, 54% already. Few more archers to take out, few more percentage, and 50%, but in the end won't be enough to take out the Lone Ranger, who got the 72%, 56% in the end. And we have to, or we will watch the last attack or the next attack and see who will win this one. Okay, here we are in the last attack for this Builder Battles matchup. We have the attacker Trumpy is going on to the Lone Ranger once again, trying to attack the same base again. He will most likely switch up the army limits, since I already said people tend to switch their traps around, like the attacker already attacked. So trying to just destroy his idea or the plan he tried to get into in the first time. In this one, I think he had like few push traps on the top right now, since he used the attack strategy with the barbarians from the top the last time. And yeah, this time once again trying to take out your defenses, taking out the builder hall with some barbarians after the archers cleared off the defenses over there. Used 1 barbarian at the bottom of the base. I think it was a barbarian, maybe it was the archer, and trying to get into the base. The archers were kind of unlucky. You have always to wait with the archers to let the CC troops run away. Otherwise, they will target the CC troops, like the guard post troops, and they will follow through the base, which is like never a good idea. And yeah, in the end, he's getting the builder hall with around about 50%. And we will watch after that the attack from the Lone Ranger, and let's see how many percent he will get this time. Let's jump. Okay, here we are in the next attack for the Lone Ranger. This time he's deciding to trigger the traps, just trying to save his cannon cards. Now I got the word. And as soon as that's done, he will do the exact same attack, I guess, trying to just tank the mortar, so he won't lose any cannon cards. And as soon as that's done, he will just go through the middle of the space. The last time he lost already 2 cannon cards on the outside. This time he lost not a single one, which means, yeah, this base is totally direct at this point already. full life, battle machine, 4, okay, now 3 cannon cards still alive, and yeah, still a few barbarians left trying to tank on the outside, and this one will be a really good 3-star, and the last few defenses are getting wrecked. Battle machine still alive, which means nothing can kill it, and just speed it up. And it was a really good attack in the end from the Lone Ranger, which in the end means the Wrecking Crew 2 will win this one 2-0, even though Fabian did make it really close. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this format. It was a little bit like different from the other videos, and maybe there were a few bases you liked. You can copy them, I guess. If you want to expect the bases are getting copied at this point in the tournament. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Today will be another video as well in English for a guide, which means I will most likely cover today the barbarians and the cannon cards. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. See ya!